right? So let's go through my notifications first, and then I have some that I saved here that maybe I am going to actually work on during this live. But basically, what I'm going to do right now is to go through the list of my notifications and actually contribute to the projects in a way that is not so fancy. Like, I'm not sending a new PR, I'm just reviewing PRs that already exist and commenting or actually commenting on issues. So here, Exxon. This library is pretty cool. Axon is a neural networks library for Elixir. Not sure if you heard about it, but on the last one of the last events that happened, Lambda Days, José Valim, the creator of Elixir, announced this NX library, which stands for Numerical Elixir. And the idea is that the library allows you to work with tensors, like multi-dimensional arrays, and do some math operations on them, and compile the code for, like, compile specialized code for GPU or even your own CPU. Like, they got improvements on the order of like 3,000 times faster, like running on GPU and keeping state. It was pretty cool. Check out I guess his, let me see, José Valim, Lambda Days Project NX. Yeah, this is it. This is the video. I can share with you afterwards in the live description. So in this talk, he actually goes through what is NX, and after that, other guys like Sean Moriarty were working with him on NX, but after that they created this Axon to actually work with NX powered, with NX. It uses NX to create neural networks. So I am not very, I don't know that much about neural networks, but either way, I like to check the pull requests to check if I understand anything, because I do have interests on that. So here they changed a little bit of the Softmax, the defn, which is a numerical definition. So Softmax is one of the operations that José Valim used on his live, I guess, on his presentation here, and he gave his examples. So he has this tensor, two-dimensional tensor, 3x2, 2x3 actually, and yeah, there was this reduce max before, and now they have this transform, and if the rank of the tensor is not 2, it just says Softmax activation expects a tensor of rank 2. So this is a way, so transform here is a way to execute normal Elixir code from inside this defn stuff, because as it's really kind of very different, you can, the defn, they expect that a subset of Elixir is actually ran inside of here, So yeah, they're just rewritten some of the errors, and yeah, I mean, this contribution is not that big. It's just a throw in an error if the rank for it is not 2. So that's done for me. Next one, could not run Exlabench Softmax. All right, so good catch. Basically, this is probably what happened. What originated that pull request there, because there were problems running benchmarks for the Softmax function, and yeah, basically here docker run, mix run Softmax, I get the following. Could not find an EXLA client named CUDA. Oh, all right. This is another one actually. This is looks like some configuration problem with the platform for EXLA to which platform it should compile to, right? So okay, done. I'm not going to go into that much. So next one, this is pretty cool. I already read that, but yeah, the idea is that the Phoenix new is the task that generates a new Phoenix project. So I'm just gonna check. All right, 20 minutes. So the idea is that David Bernheisel, which is the host for the Thinking Elixir podcast, pretty good podcast by the way. So I'm adding he's adding Tailwind, like this option Tailwind, to actually generate a new Phoenix project with Tailwind instead of this default Milligram CSS framework. So there were lots of discussions if this should be added now or not, and actually the idea was not to actually add as an option, right, but instead to actually change the default one to Tailwind. So this guy here, like it's pretty quiet for a while here because actually I guess Chris McCord actually hold off on new continuity divorce. The Phoenix team has a number of items to complete first before we can explore this direction, so things are subject to change on what Tailwind integration could look like. So they are studying how to do that, and they just asked David to, hey, stop for a while, don't do anything really new here because maybe your work is going to be thrown off. Right? So yeah, nice. They'll add as a standard stuff. Yeah, probably. I don't know. This is actually a pull request for that, but there's no promise there. Like there's one thing that Wojtek Mac said on the podcast once that I agree with him. Like, no is temporary, but yes is forever. It's kind of, if they say yes for every feature, like they're stuck forever with a lot of features that maybe they don't want to have anymore, but they should have because they can't break backward compatibility that easily, right? So no, they normally say no to a lot of stuff because basically it's just no for now. It's not no forever, right? So this guy here just commented that he had another idea. So instead of actually having the generator inside of Phoenix, the idea would be to add this assets repo, which is quite cool in my opinion. Like having a separate repo to actually configure what should be the assets dir that gets generated, you know. So that would be pretty cool. Like this method has following pros: less effort to maintain the assets related generator, maintaining generators is hard work, won't bind Phoenix to a specific framework such as Tailwind, Puma, front-end related tech is evolving fast. It is not a good idea to bind it to Phoenix. Yeah, I agree. Then Phoenix team provides an example assets dir which shows the basic interface which Phoenix needs, just like now, and develops one who don't like the default setup, just implement their own assets repo. Yeah, that would be cool. So one thing that's to say it will be cool is to say, yeah, I'm pro it, right? All right. So someone just bumped ActuSQL version, which is the Dependabot thing. I want to use this guy someday. Like it looks like a nice guy, a nice bot that actually goes there and open new pull requests to update your versions. So pretty cool in my opinion. And continuing. So during Kiwi, Oban is this other one. It's pretty much like sidekick for Elixir, but with a lot more powers, because Elixir is more powerful than Ruby, and you don't have to start another process on your operational system. And yeah, that's one of the things here is fetch available and reduce. Okay, when with recursion, it can take many seconds to finish the reducer. To show the IO aspect of reduce, it can take a few seconds to run this. I'm running a smallish workflow. So the guy basically has this Oban drain Kiwi. With recursion is saying it's too slow. Joshua Taylor, I'm doing the following test. It seems to be with depths, so removing depths is instant. I think instead of adding, having unknown depths or depths that haven't finished would definitely do that. Workflow works here. So yeah, they found kind of the reason. That's a good thing actually about even if you opened this issue and it actually just got closed like this, you can get a lot of information from that by just searching through through the issue list on Oban. Like if you get to query slow, you can check the 8 closed ones. Yeah, this is slow, timeout exit, probably there's some slow thing in middle there. And yeah, just let me answer my wife here. Right. And yeah, I think that's it for this one there that I reviewed. Add class prop to form component. So this surface is kind of a lib on top of live view, on Phoenix Live View, that actually it kind of adds the ability to add more this kind of components on top of live view. That of course live view, there is this live view components, but Surface, as far as understood, has more powers than that. Like you define properties and you use those properties like this, like you do on view, for example, and this actually gets reflected reactively like it does for Vue.js, for example. So, and then when you use the component, you can use it like this, for example, right? So you use the tag hello, and you just have to name it the same way you name the module, right? It's pretty cool. And there's a form component. Oh, let me go back there. There's the form component too, which is something like this, right? And here on they add props to attributes opts, right? So property class, they added a property class, which translates to CSS class. And yeah, they get the class, they bypass the class to the attribute opts, and they merge the attribute opts there. So yeah, it's possible now to basically to send the class there, yeah, I guess that's it. Because it's a new property, right?